All right, welcome Grenada, Carriacou, Pity Monic, and the world. How are you doing? I'd like to welcome you to another Mikey Live program. I'm your host, Mikey Hutchinson. Folks, this is what we call Mikey Live, news discussed, not told. In other words, we will be discussing the news. We're discussing the thing. We're not telling you about nothing. You understand? So brace all yourself. There's a lot of things, really, that we will be telling you about tonight. The things that are breaking the internet, the things that are really mattering, the things that matter to Grenadians right now. Woman hospitalized after chopping incident. We were told that happened in Marigot. Then afternoon crash at Moran. We'll tell you about that. That was a close call, people. Really close call. We're going to share that with you in a moment. Founder of Grenada Invitational resigns. Also, woman missing. Neighbor asking for help in locating her. Silver Sands infamous wall demolished. And sexual matters again dominate their sizes. And we have a Grenadian young man boy. His name is Kelvin Williams. He seeks your help to save his life. And we will talk about that in a moment. Pan Association president to face no confidence motion. So we're going to tell you about that as well. All right, folks, this is it. I want to encourage you to share the business. You see, when you share the business, that's how other people get to know what's happening here. Is it good, the bad, and the Mikey people? So brace all yourself. Are you ready for news? So share the business if all you're ready for news. Share the business. We're getting ready to take a break, and when we come back, it's real news in all the Lili Lolo. Now, we want to remind you guys that the news headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and the Colombian Emeralds International. We are coming right back.
Why not stay in? Turn off your alarm clock and stay in on your perfect mattress for as long as you like, only at Quartz. Get 2 free pillows with the purchase of a bed frame or mattress. Get what you want now. With Ready Finance, there's no down payment and you pay nothing for 30 days. So turn off that alarm clock and stay in as long as you like, only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Does your laundry detergent have enzymes to fight stains, remove bacteria and odors while being gentle on your hands? Does your laundry detergent have a natural lemon scent, easy rinse technology, and fabric softener to protect your clothes? If you answered yes, then you must be using Glace. If not, what are you waiting for? Glace laundry detergent is made with a 4-in-1 advanced formula and is phosphate-free, making it safe for the environment and safe for washing machines.
We up in it! The Mega Bingo! On Sunday, 30th September, National Stadium from 5 p.m. You can win a mint condition 4-door Toyota RAV4. 4-door Toyota RAV4. Plus $40,000 in cash. Amazing, isn't it? But there's even more deals. Tickets cost $60 for one. Pay $100 and we give you 2 tickets. We up in it. The Mega Bingo. So lock in the date. Sunday, 30th September. Free buses available. Bring your posse because we're up in it. Sponsored by Carib, Mikey Live, Coodafed.com Discount Card, Glenelg Springwater, and Raggedy Rental and Sound Company.
Okay, people, so I think we are ready to go now. All right, and I want to welcome those of you again who may just be looking at the program for the first time. Well, yeah, you're Mikey Live Virgin. Well, welcome to the business. Now, the first bit of information that we have for you comes from the Royal Grenada Police Force, and I think it's very interesting and timely information for you. Now, the Royal Grenada Police Force is reminding the general public, and in particular motorists and motorcyclists and riders, that it is an offense to drive or ride on a motorcycle without wearing a protective gear. Now, according to the Road Traffic Amendment Number 2, Act 26 of 2017, no person shall drive or ride on a motorcycle unless wearing protective gear designed to protect the person driving or riding on a motorcycle. Such protective gears are prescribed by regulation and must conform to certain standards as stated in the Road Traffic Protective Headgear Order 2018, Statutory Rules and Order Number 8 of 2018. Now, while several persons have been arrested and charged and or ticketed, the Royal Grenada Police Force is concerned about the continued prevalence of the violation of the law in this regard and is encouraging persons to cease and desist this practice. Now, violators of the law on summary conviction may face a fine of $750 and imprisonment for 3 months. The Royal Grenada Police Force will continue to take action against persons bent on violating the law. So in other words, they are saying that, you know, this law is there and it is there for your protection, but persons are not paying attention to the law. And as such, they are warning that should you refuse further to not abide by the rules, by the law, that it is very likely that you can get yourself in trouble. $750, or you can end up getting locked up. You see? So persons, please be guided accordingly. And again, I mean, needless to say, it is for your own safety. All right? So please, you know, abide. The police, they are saying that they're pretty concerned about this. All right? So please, now we are moving on. The next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, we're rolling. Grenada. Shaman Lewis is called up by Windies for test squad to India. And you know, when it comes to that kind of news, we will be happy to share with you. You understand? Because it's a Grenadian son. Very good player, people. Eh? We got on for this one from Michael. Eh? All you give him a clap, no man. Eh? Young, very talented young man. He's a right arm fast bowler. He will replace Azari Joseph in the 15-man squad for the test tour of India, which starts on Thursday, October 4th in Rajkot. You understand? Lewis made his debut at the first-class level for the Windward Islands in March 2017 and took 30 wickets at an average of 21.66 in the 2017-2018 West Indies 4-day championship. He recently toured England as part of the Windies A squad, where they played against India A and England Lions. Joseph, in the last week, underwent 2 fitness assessments procedures, and a CWI medical panel has recommended that he be allowed to continue his rehabilitation of full fitness for international competitions. All the man good. And so all I just want all you to do is just give him man a little blind. Yeah, son is one of us, so we have to continue record. What the claps on them? Yeah, man. Clap, no man. Yeah, clap. Now, the next thing that we have to tell, listen, man, I've got to put clap on speed dial for all, yeah. The next thing again, we received multiple reports of a chopping incident that occurred this morning in the Marigot area. Due to the fact that it was hard to get down to specifics, I would withhold the name of the persons, the names of the persons involved in this for now. You know, but just to say that someone said that it was a scary experience for them. You understand? we are told that the victim, a woman, received several chop wounds from someone who once was a lover. You understand? But that we can verify, you know, already there. You understand? But anyway, that's the information. Yeah? But we will try to see if we can work more on it. And when we say we work in, is work we work in. You understand? All yeah. The next thing we have to tell all you about, boy, my partner Michael Bascom. You know what I mean? There are reports that Michael Bascom, he was one of the founders, the founding members of the Grenada Invitational, has resigned from the organization. You understand? In the past weeks, there have been a lot of talks about the Grenada Invitational, you know? Now, there are speculations surrounding the reason for his resignation. We're not going to get into that. You understand? We're not going to get into that. The last time we heard from Mike on the invitational level publicly was when he penned a letter talking about one of the members being relieved from their duties as a result of some domestic charges and so on. But it's interesting, and we, again, you know, when we say we go monitor, is monitor we monitoring. You know what I mean? So I was trying to reach out to Mike before coming on to the news, but I didn't succeed on that. But a small thing, that one in time sensitive, so we're coming back again with it. Now, all you, the next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, a young lady, Danielle. I think that's her last name. So here's what. A concerned neighbor. Oh, we're getting another chopping incident report here. We'll come back to that other incident in a while. Let's talk about this. A concerned neighbor is asking the general public to help the Daniel family locate this woman on your screen. According to the neighbor, this person's name is Rena Daniel, also known as Tonic, of Pearls St. Andrew. They're asking if you know anything about her whereabouts to please call the nearest police station or the family because they are worried about her. Now they're saying that it has been about 3 weeks now. She has not been seen and has left her 9-month-old baby and 2 other children behind. And so they don't know what is happening. All right? They don't know what is happening at all. But they are just simply saying, if she's looking at this, to please check up with the family. Or if you know about her whereabouts, to please contact the family or the neighbors so that they can know what's going on, because they are really worried. Right. We are also hearing of another chopping incident that occurred. It seemed to be another domestic situation here that occurred, and that's coming out from a reputable source. That is why I could just go with it, right? In Clogier. So we are seeing here that one person would have chopped his wife multiple times in the village of Clogier. All right. We go look at that. We're just getting this information as we are on. We usually don't do this, but it comes from a very reputable source. All right, so we could do that. We are moving on. All right, so folks, the next story that we have to tell all about, boy, the Silver Sands, the infamous Silver Sands wall was today demolished, taken down, broken down, mashed up. In other words, you know, we fly the drone, and we were I don't want to give out too much information. Let's just say we got word that the wall was about to be demolished. And so we arrived at the scene to watch the workman put on his glove to start removing the first set of blocks on the famous wall. Now it has been about, let's say, about 2 weeks now. Members of the public, persons who frequent the area and so on, have been complaining about this, about the construction of a wall that was inappropriate based on how far it reached. It was, you know, in breach of Grenada's law.
Get it?
Yes, man, I get things. Take your time. I know it's pretty finger. Yes, very good. Yeah? And so there were petitions and so being signed and so on. And the next thing you know is this. The wall is being removed. And a lot of Grenadians are celebrating this. They say our voices were heard. That's what the Grenadians were saying. Let's take a 2 seconds of it. The wall, as you can see, was being taken down brick by brick. Yes? So it took them a little while to get it done. Of course, one of the persons behind rallying for the removal of the wall was Randall Robertson, who we met on the scene and spoke with him about this.
Well, look, this is the best news. This is the best news, Mikey. I mean, we're hearing the noise in the background. We're seeing that the fellas are working on breaking down that wall there. Eh? They're laughing because they get 2 sets of money. They get money to build it, they get money to break it down too. So they catch somebody. But say what, we feel really, really good this evening. And this is not about me. This is about everybody who was a part of telling those who did this piece of work that the beach belongs to us. There is to be no building on the beach. And we are very, very happy that whoever it was is involved in making sure that this is removed from the beach. We are very, very happy. To those of you who lend your voices, thank you very much. God bless you all. God bless Grenada.
Thank you very much. Long live Maurice Bishop. Long live Eric Gary. Long live Keith Mitchell. Long live Tillman Thomas. Long live. All right, so folks, that was Randall Robinson. And of course, once the news broke, several persons visited the scene and so on, just to get a glimpse of what was really taking place. They wanted to see for themselves. They wanted to see for themselves whether or not the wall was totally being taken down. Of course, again, you know, we motto, we go continue to monitor the business. So in a day or two, we are going to return to the scene to see the extent of which the wall was demolished. Of course, yeah, all right, good. Yeah. There you go again, man. So folks, the next thing we have to tell all you about, boy. Can I move on? Can I move on? Sexual matters again dominate the assizes. Yeah? Long live Movar. No, sorry. I forget we're dealing with serious business. So, yeah. So, sexual assizes, sexual offenses, sexual related matters again. Then I know laughing matter. Let me get serious. Dominate the assizes. You know, and that announcement was made by the DPP today, you know what I mean? I mean, come on. And it even shows that even we are not hearing about them, they are there. You know? They are there. And he was talking about a lot of, some of the challenges of the justice system. And so today, you understand? And he spoke with such passion about this. There was a special sitting today to mark the start of the new law year, 2018-2019. You understand? And the Director of Public Prosecutions, Christopher Nelson QC, You know, he made the announcement. And folks, you can see the passion of which he speaks. This thing is crazy. Listen to him.
We commence the now September criminal assizes. We have 148 criminal cases on the list. I am not sure whether apart from this court, there would be facilities immediately available and ready to deal with the task at hand. Of these 148 cases, my ladies, my lord, 29 are new. If I were to put things in context, yes, we had the challenges with the line building, but prior to that, on commencement of the 2017-2018 law year, we had an assizes list of 157. Prior to that, the commencement of the 2016-2017 law year, we had a list of 145. The point is, we seem to be going nowhere. We will not and cannot make a serious impact unless strong support is given. Adequate resources are provided and facilities are provided. It is instructive that of the 148 cases, 26 are homicides. And of the 26 homicides, we have 16 murders. And the rest divided between manslaughter and motor manslaughter or death by reckless or dangerous driving. Among these cases, the sexual offenses again stands out. We have 67, just about half the list, are sexual matters. Of the 29 new cases, the majority are sexual matters. 16 of the new cases.
That dread. You understand? And he spoke a lot about this and how we go forward. You know, and how they can more effectively serve the public. You know, when you hear these numbers, when you hear these kind of figures, it worries you. Half of the list is sexual related crimes. Well, how that making sense? What in jail? Huh? You telling me? Anyway, how are we looking for time? All you. There's a man who is seeking help for you to help save his life. You know, he has a rare cancer and is coming to you, the general public, to assist him. Listen to his plea.
Hello to the public. This is Kelvin Williams speaking, and I'm 36 years of age. I've been diagnosed with a rare type of cancer, and right now I'm appealing to the public for the help. We're trying to raise some funds to assist in paying for the drug that I'll be using, which will be, the drug will be, I'll be treated in Grenada, and I wouldn't have to fly out to do any kind of treatment whatsoever. And I'm seeking the public help in whatever way we can. Right, the complications at the moment is that I has like a damaged heart plus partial kidney failure. One of the kidneys still blocked, the other is partially working, and I has cancer at the moment. So we're seeking funds to help, you know, pay for the treatment for the cancer at the moment.
All right, and so that's what he's asking for, right? He's asking for help so that you can help save his life. Now, Earl Maitland is part of the Grenada Empowerment Movement, and they too are instrumental in organizing the fundraiser for Williams. They are having a motorcade on the weekend.
Okay, so basically, I was contacted by Chanel Kwashi, who was seeking assistance for Kelvin. Basically, what I will be doing as a member of Grenada Empowerment Movement nonprofit organization, we will be organizing a motorcade this Saturday on the 22nd from 9 a.m. from Fish and Chick. We're going across the town, then we're going to St. David's, Grenville, Satiers, Victoria, Guelph. The monies that we receive from the motorcade, we will be turning it over to Kelvin. He is diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, which is a rare type of cancer. But the good thing about it is that once he receives the proper treatment and medication, he would be able to be cured. He does have some complications, but you know, we're calling on the public to assist, just as they have done in the past. We do unite when the time is needed. I would like to thank Grenada for their anticipated assistance. Thank Mikey. I'd like to thank Ronson Smith Compare for his assistance as well, and Nixon from Montu for his assistance. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Thank you very much. All right, so folks, he's really asking, the young man, Kelvin, is asking for your help. And, you know, please help him. And, you know, I doesn't put my mouth in bag to say this, right? What I notice is when people are pretty and they have skin color, it's very easy for them to get support. Yeah. Some people have it harder than others. But I'm appealing to your softer side, the human in you. This young man, if he doesn't get the treatment that he needs, and the good thing about this condition, it is treatable. All right, it is treatable. So please assist this man in whatever way you can. We do not want to come back here on the program and tell a different story about this man. And we know we have had these cases. All right? Good. We are moving on. How are we looking for time? Where is our timekeeper? Now, folks, the next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, it was a narrow escape for the driver and occupants of a vehicle today. These vehicles swerved off the road and into the bushes or a little precipice. Luckily they were saved because the vehicle didn't go as far down as it could have. You understand? In the Maran area, that's not the first time. In fact, there's something like that happening. You understand? Look at that, you know. Look at that. You can't even see where he passed. Look. You understand? Today, they could have been telling a different story. Grenadians just lucky. Look at that. Grenadians just lucky. You understand? Well, they're blessed. Well, we see the road width. But what exactly led to this incident, we can't really say. You understand? However, the police, they are conducting their investigation. As you can see, the police was just, as you can see on your screen, on the scene, and they were taking the information from those who were involved in this incident. You understand? How many of these are we having? Huh? We just had one on the weekend, two days ago or so. Huh? Another one again. Another one. What we can tell you though is that there were no fatalities and so on from this crash, right? But the occupants of the vehicle, I believe there were 3 persons in the vehicle. All right, I'm subject to correction, but I think there were about 3 people in the vehicle. You know, they appeared a bit shaken up based on reports and the footage that we received. But there were no fatalities. Thank God for that. Yeah, but I just think that we're having just too many of these, you know, vehicles running off the road and so on. You know, whatever needs to happen to get this sorted out, probably we need to take a closer look at it. as to whether or not we need more rails or whatever it is, whether we need to be more attentive. I don't know. You understand? But we have to start looking at solutions, possible solutions to this. Yeah? In terms of the persons who were involved, you've had a little glimpse of them earlier on your screen. All right? We are moving on. Yeah, but that was a close call. This incident happened in Maran this afternoon. We want to thank our reporter there, Leon Decoto, for the footage provided. We are moving on. How are we looking for time? Right. Okay. Now, the next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, is lad, a controversy is brewing at the Grenada Steel Pan Association. Just when you thought it was all over and everything gonna be settling, there's a new president and ting 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 ting. Well, folks, nothing no go so. All right. Today we hosted the president of the Grenada Steel Pan Association, Mr. Jason Skeet. We had him on the program, you know, and what we were talking to him about is that we have had word, you know, the media is here thing force. We have had word that there is a planned motion of no confidence that he will be faced with once he attends, when he attends the AGM on Saturday. When we spoke to him today, according to him, he had no idea as to what this is all about in terms of no confidence. For what? You know? So we put the question to him. What is this all about? Have you heard this rumor? Why do you think that this rumor is being circulated? And folks, well, it was a long discussion, but we just want to give you about 1 minute or so of that exchange between us and Jason.
Let me categorically say that the first time I heard about this was earlier on during the course of the day when one media outlet called me asking me for a comment on the AGM that is scheduled for Saturday and the fact that a no confidence motion, they heard from reliable sources, according to them, that a no confidence motion is quote unquote in play against the president and the executive. My response to that was, as I'm going to say to you now, that I have no knowledge of it. I only heard of it then. And as I told that media outlet as well, it is laughable. And if it is true, then it is beyond laughable. It is possibly foolish.
So you categorized it as, well, he categorized it as it may be foolish. All right. And then he went on to explain a lot as to why he thinks it was foolish. But we also asked him the question, okay, so let's say that there is a no confidence motion. How do you think? Because that's important too. Because one or two people can feel however they want to feel. But let's say that this happens. Where do you think you stand with the membership? And this was among the leadership of PAN in general, towards you, towards Jason Skeet, or towards the president of the Steel Bands Association. Let's say there is going to be a vote of no confidence that involves the majority of persons, the stakeholders. Where do you think you stand with that? Where do you think they will vote?
Mikey, in all honest truth, it doesn't bother me. You know why it doesn't bother me? Because, let me tell you, let me get a little bit personal here now, which I really shouldn't do, and let me tell you about Jason Skeet. A lot of people see Jason Skeet and don't know him because they see me, but they don't know me. Honestly, Mikey, I cherish my family. As a young man growing up me and my wife, we do not always agree like any other married couple. We have our arguments as husband and wife, but I cherish my family. I cherish my wife and my kids. And at the end of the day, when I get home and my kids run to the door and say, Daddy reach, Daddy's home, and my wife asks me, how was your day? You know, my wife always greets me with either a glass of water or a glass of juice when I get home. And Mikey, whichever way the vote goes, it doesn't bother me. Because
all right. He says it doesn't bother him. Wherever the membership votes, that is not going to matter to him. And so we asked him in terms of his interest and so on, and he said, you know what? He isn't sure that he is even interested in continuing his role as the president of the association because of all the controversy, the things that has been said about him, and so on and so forth. He says, yeah, although he has some degree of passion for the thing, at the end of the day, he doesn't think that it is something that that he wants to pursue any further. But of course, he says that he has to speak to some of the members, say because he has a lot of support to the membership. But it's just a matter of having a little discussion, and then he will be able to determine where he goes from here.
Are the ones doing it. So, do I want to even continue as president? I'm not even sure. That is a decision that I am going to have to sit and ponder and make. I'm going to discuss it with a number of the bands because I do have support from a lot of the bands. But I'm going to sit and I'm going to discuss it with them, and I'm going to make a decision on it.
All right, that's Mr. Jason Skeet. He is the president of the Grenada Steel Bands Association. Anyone with information regarding the individuals whose name I'm about to call, you're asked to please ask them to call 405-8227. Or if you hear your name on this, my hot list, no, that's not my hot list, the hot list, you're please asked to call the number again, 405-8227. You're not the hot list. You're telling me. Anyway, Philip Baptiste, Mardi Gras, St. George. Dwayne Raj Jerome, Tempe St. George. Christopher Beggs, Felix Park, St. Andrew. Travis Noel, Grandin, St. George. Gilbert Francis, Union Village, St. Andrew, St. Paul, St. George's. Rhonda Lalji, Gladstone Road, St. Andrew. Clinton McGilvery, Grandin, St. George. Lyndon Philip, that's Sanssouci, St. George's. Roger Johnson, Guava Estate, St. John. Alston Purcell, Hope St. Andrew, and Jocelyn Pear, Calivini, St. George. Again, you guys, if you hear your name or you heard your name, you're asked to please call 405-8227. Or if you heard their name and you know them, ask them to call 405-8227. And that's the hot list for today. Man's hand chopped off in apparent reprisal attack, and that's one that happened in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and that information we received from the Eyewitness News from journalist Kenton Chance. A Camden Park man is in hospital with a severed hand and other injuries, while another villager has been remanded in custody in connection with the crime. Right? I'm not going to really go into details with this one, but you know, we just highlight some of the serious offenses that that happens there. You know, and of course, in the interest of time, boy, I ain't lying, boy. Time, oh, partners, what? You see my partner, robot cop. I'm like, boy, what? You see that? What, chap? But I Robert Cop. Anyway, let me leave that story there. You hear me, Papa? Go on Eyewitness and read the whole thing. And I'm in Wayne about to tell you everything. Lad God. Alpheus Stevenson, he was denied bail when he appeared before Chief Magistrate. Alright? Rashawn Brown Matthias at the Serious Offences Court Monday. He was not required to plead to the indictable charge that on September 13 at Camden Park, he wounded Dion Batiste of the same address. One of his hands had been severed. Oh, John, no. Anyway, let me leave that dog there. Now, how are we looking for time? Audio, what I noticed is that there may be another little disturbance in let me see, NFC. Let me just pull it up quick, right? I'll tell you. Just let me pull it up quick. Somewhat something to look at in the coming days. A large area of disturbed weather. It has developed in association with a tropical wave located at about 13. Listen to the coordinates there. 1,300 miles southeast of the Lesser Antilles. And they're saying that environmental conditions are expected to be somewhat conducive for some slow development of the system through Friday while it moves west-northwestward at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, over the weekend, however, upper level winds are expected to become unfavorable for a tropical cyclone formation to occur. Now, formation chance is 10% for a 48-hour period, and formation chance for a 5-day period is low. I mean, some of all you might be asking just to better understand its location. I can pull that up for you now if you want. So just so that you can have a better understanding as to where this is located and where it is projected, all right, to go. All right, so let me just pull that up for you right now. It's coming up on your screen right now. When the systems are located like in that way, what we like to do is tell you about it. We like to tell you about it early so that at least nothing takes you off guard, and so that we can start the discussion as early as possible in terms of preparation. And just to be aware, it's not a matter of alarming anyone or so, but it's just so that you are aware. That's what I do with information generally. Once it is something that I think I should be interested in, I start using or monitoring the information as early as possible. So here it is. It should be on your screen right now. That's where it is currently located and where it is projected to go within a 5-day period. That's what the projection is. And we are going to continue to monitor this now. You know that not many systems will start forming that low. And whenever it starts that low, it is more cause for concern than anything else. But based on what we are seeing here, there's nothing serious about this. But for the sake of just being aware, we will continue to monitor. Some of you are yet to share the program. That's a violation of the program rules and regulation. You can therefore be charged if you don't follow the rules of the Mikey Live program. The rule is simple. Once you're live, once you're on the program, you share the business. All right. If you're somebody who's with us for the first time, we say big up to you. Thank you for being with us. And if you're a regular and you have a little star by your name, big you up as well. If you don't have a star by your name, share the program. If you don't have a star by your name, share the program. And if you have a star by your name and you share it, you're in detention. You know what I mean? Because here what's going on. All you have to share the business. I don't have to tell you, once you have a star by your name, it means that you're on the program almost every night. Yeah? And I don't have to tell you to share the business. I will go through the list and see who ain't sharing, who have star, and reverse. Anyway, let me do that. Alright? Nah, anyway, once you have your star is yours. But if you lapse on the program, I think Facebook takes it back. We're taking a break. When we come back, we've got the national report.
listen to what you had to say and turn up the old rules. Because losing what you paid for is just wrong. Now, lost data and talk are a thing of the past. Only Digicel gives you unlimited rollover data and talk. Just buy and renew your Quick Pick bundle before it expires and keep what's rightfully yours. Never lose what you don't use. Go to My Digicel app to bundle up and roll over today. Digicel.
Final Stop Auto Sales and Rentals, located in Mungay, St. George, is your final stop for all your auto sales and rentals. We sell a wide variety of used cars in mint condition for the best price on the market. We sell all the popular makes and models of vehicles. If we don't have it, we'll order it for you. Or, do you have a vehicle that you want to ship to Grenada? Then we'll do that for you. And if you need a vehicle for a few days, we also rent vehicles, both short and long term. See us today, located next to the Deco Service Center, or call 410-7475 or 422-9615. Final Stop Auto Sales and Rentals, Grenada's best.
Dwayne and Louisa
Heritage Theatre presents Breaking Out, a new full-length drama written and directed by Christy Riggs.
Louisa, will you marry me?
Boy, you crazy?
I love you, Louisa. I'm serious.
You reach love real quick.
Breaking Out, opening Saturday, 29th September at Marisho Theatre and continuing.
But I still love you, Richie.
You love me and you're hard me. Breaking Out, a story of love, challenged, tested and driven to its very limits.
He's the love of my life, Auntie. You have to marry a man for other things besides love, child.
Breaking Out, a story of high drama and suspense.
I'm gonna count to 3, and when I'm finished, you should already be walking towards the door. 1, 2.
Wait, so you're gonna just shoot him down like a dog?
Breaking Out, starring Robert White and Lisa Grappy James. Breaking Out, an opportunity for taking out the entire family.
This ad complements Quartz Grenada Limited.
Does your laundry detergent have enzymes to fight stains, remove bacteria and odors while being gentle on your hands? Does your laundry detergent have a natural lemon scent, easy rinse technology, and fabric softener to protect your clothes? If you answered yes, then you must be using Glace. If not, what are you waiting for? Glace laundry detergent is made with a 4-in-1 advanced formula and is phosphate-free, making it safe for the environment and safe for washing machines. Glace. A clean home is a Glace home.
And it's distributed by Fortune Foods Grenada Limited. It is now time for the National Report.
Prime Minister says moves to have CCJ as Grenada's final court of appeal is urgent. Details to this story and more coming up in the National Report. Welcome back with the news in details. I am Wendy Edmond with the National Report. Grenada's Prime Minister says the move to accede to the CCJ as the final court of appeal is an urgent one. He was addressing students at the T.A. Marisha Community College during an interactive session with former CCJ President Sir Dennis Byron. Sir Dennis, who is in Grenada as the country prepares for the November 6th referendum, will also deliver the keynote address at the first public awareness meeting organized by the CCJ Advisory Committee at Deluxe Cinema in Grenville. The meeting is designed to create greater awareness on plans by Grenada on its accession to the CCJ as this country's final court of appeal. Government believes that since the CCJ bill received the majority of votes and attracted the most attention at the last referendum, it is fitting to reintroduce the process.
We have persons who may be concerned of why are we back here at this time? What is the necessity? Some are stating. What is the urgency? I think I would want to say this. This is as urgent as you could find it.
Dr. Mitchell cautioned against politicizing an issue that is of national importance. He says acceding to the CCJ will demonstrate our true independence.
This is not a political issue. It's unfortunate when issues of national importance are before us. Sometimes petty political interests come into play. This is beyond and above partisan political interests. This is not an NNP issue. It is not an NDC issue. This is a national issue.
Sir Dennis spoke to the subject of biasness of judges. He says the CCJ engages in sessions that will tackle these problems.
I've been involved in judicial education programs, and we know that every human being has biases. When you become appointed as a judge, you don't stop being a human being. And we pay a lot of attention to that. In our judicial training programs at the CCJ, and those in which we have a chance to give, we devote sessions helping people to identify what their biases are.
The Caribbean court system is back to a state of normalcy following the devastation of Hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017. That announcement was made by Chief Justice Dame Janice Pereira, DBE of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court on Tuesday during the special court sitting to mark the opening of the new law year 2018 to 2019. The legal fraternity in Grenada joined its counterparts in St. Christopher and Nevis and the rest of the OECS via simulcast. Chief Justice Pereira said the court system in several islands were hard hit in 2017, resulting in the cancellation of the new law year opening and various court procedures.
The court building as well as the residence of the High Court judge received some damage. The court facility was forced to remain closed for several weeks whilst repairs were made and utility services restored. This physical interruption, though, did not prevent the hearing of urgent applications by telephone and video link as soon as telecommunications were restored by the direct routing of hearings to a judge located in St. Lucia. Full appeal hearings were also conducted in person and via video link from St. Lucia. Today, the court's facilities are once more fully functional and were first to resume full operations after the storm.
In Grenada, High Court Judge Madame Justice Paula Guilford called for proper court facilities to be given high priority to address the many challenges faced by the fraternity, including the backlog of cases.
It is about time that proper court facilities are constructed or a suitable building designated to house the courts. No longer should the court staff be placed in cramped and unbearable working conditions. No longer should our legal documents be left to decay because no proper arrangement has been made for their storage. No longer should there be uncertainty as to whether one would be able to sit today or any other day because the facilities that house the court may not be conducive for its purpose. The health and safety of all court users must be a priority.
The opening was guided by the theme, Challenges, Opportunities, and Resilience. The ECSC paving the way to a modern and efficient judiciary for the Eastern Caribbean. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The house was shaking. Then said the story here, babe. Crack, and the roof had gone.
Man, I was so scared, I nearly wet myself.
Only those who have lived it can truly understand the devastating fury of a hurricane's wind.
The house across the road just get up and roll over.
Hurricane force wind. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. You can hurricane-proof your home. For example, make your roof more wind-resistant by using screws instead of nails in its construction. Find out more about hurricane force winds and other hazards at your local disaster office. A message from the National Disaster Management Agency and SEDERA.
Welcome back with the National Report. Grenada has welcomed its 90th group of Peace Corps volunteers. The first batch was received in 1967, 6 years after the Peace Corps was originally launched by U.S. President J.F. Kennedy. Of the 17 inducted on September 6, 2018, 12 will remain to serve in Grenada, while 5 others move on to St. Vincent. Annette Moore has the details in this report.
I promise to foster an understanding of the people of Eastern Caribbean. I am a Peace Corps volunteer.
Thank you.
Class of Eastern Caribbean 90, my new colleagues, who stand on 89 generations of volunteer shoulders. I wish you the best life can offer and success in the work for peace.
Triano spoke to the volunteers at the induction ceremony on September 6th, along with other officials.
45 years and over 400 volunteers later, through their unstinting efforts, U.S. Peace Corps volunteers have left indelible footprints in almost every sphere of our society. It is therefore with distinct pleasure that on behalf of the Government of Grenada, the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs, that I extend a warm welcome to the 12 volunteers comprising the 90th group of Peace Corps volunteers to the home of the oil drum, Grenada.
With the cooperation of the Ministry of Education, because I know there's a lot of work that goes into bringing all of these people in here, putting them in schools, finding places for them, and then getting all the materials that we have to get in order to make changes. So we definitely appreciate everything that you do for us.
I look at each of you and the faces that you present, because you will be the face of America. You will be the ambassadors in your community. You will be the people who show Grenada what America is all about and what we stand for.
During the ceremony, certificates of appreciation were presented by the principal officer at the U.S. Embassy, Stephen Fromm, to the local homestay providers who volunteers live with during the initial stages of their stay. Volunteers also took part in a fun exercise demonstrating their new Grenadian dialect skills and knowledge of culture. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
And that story ends the National Report for today, Tuesday, September 18th, 2018. From all of us in the newsroom, I am Wendy Edmond, thanking you for viewing.
All right, thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, Gavon. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, everyone who really has anything to do with the National Report. And folks, how are we looking for time? We have 1 more minute on the program, so let's just quickly big up some names on the program. Ala, Kim, Kireen, Rose, my mom, Doria, Veronica, Shireen, Zaka, Esther, Daniel, Tammy, Nika, John. We see here that we have Wayne, George, we have Charmaine, we have Jay, Shauna, Kim Worm, Hazel. All right, we have Shen, Gunpot, Thomas, Shauna. All right. Hey Mikey, what's the number to be called for the hot list? Oh, and the hot list number? Okay, yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, the hot list is, the number for the hot list is 405-8227. All right, 405-8227. It's called the hot list. Don't ask me what I mean. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So that's the hot list right there. All right, good. And if you have a number to be added to the hot list, give me a call, and I mean we could fix up something. You know, I mean, business is business. Anyway, I can't even see that with a straight face. Anyway, so no, Mikey, serious. No, then I'm no laughing matter. You know, sometimes yeah. When I laugh, don't take me too serious. Eh? And the boss me head and thing. All right, good. Cause I called. You know, and anyway. So there we go. Sorry, you here. So folks, I think that's just about it for tonight. I find the system kind of lagging tonight. I wonder what's going on there. I'll watch yourself in me, you know. Say I had to call in the technician. Don't try to come and say I'll play and I'll tap it into the business, you know. Because Joe call make you with that. Alright, so yes, so we have this, we have that, we have this. Yes, so we're good for the night. I'm just making sure everything that we're supposed to talk about, we talk about it. Yes, we talk about that, we talk about that, we talk about that. Yes, we're good to go. Alright. So folks, that's it for now. And we're gonna touch base again tomorrow now. With some more news and thing now. We have a lot of things to tell you about and thing now. Right. Angel, Kirin, Elisa, Abby, Valerie, Joan, Lisa, Deslin, you don't hear your name? Deslin. Deslin, big up. Brenda, big up. Kim, big up. Adore, big up. What is the hot list about? You don't want to be on the hot list, that's all you know. You need to know. You know what I mean? You don't want your name called on day. Alright? John Calise, Daniel Fraser. Alright? Loydris Murray, Valerie Thomas, Princess Nina Jeremiah, Maxine Francis, Ezran, Becca, Trevelin. Watch. Whole night they're looking for a sweat and the program are in line. Whole night they're looking for a sweat and the program are not getting sweat. Just as the program starting to finish. Just as the program starting to finish. What's that? Eh? I find out getting the sweat now. Anyway, all you behave all yourself. We go touch base tomorrow here. Walk on the side, don't interrupt nobody. Follow through on the drink. Say sorry, pay them people for the drink and move on. We ain't fighting because life is too short. We ain't want no controversy. Alright? God bless you guys. Let's do this. In 5, 4. Suzette, you there? What Suzette, you always coming for the amen? Big up Shanta. Alright, big up Colette. Big up Val. Not the hit list, it's a hot list, not a hit list. Young police go with me take all the time, you know. And all we're trying to do here in the program is to deliver news to the general public in a manner that we think it ought to be done. Let's talk about something serious before I go. Although steady, hold on. All we try to do here is to give news to the general public in a manner that we think is best. Funny, light, entertaining. Why? Because it's social media. It can't be too serious. Yeah? And today's news is for today. There are people who understand the system and will try to manipulate the media. So, me living by nobody, me sleeping by nobody, so nobody can buy Mikey. Nobody can instruct me to do nothing because their money have value the same way my money have value. You understand? So nobody in buying me, nobody in getting me to do nothing that I don't want to do, that I think it is not in the interest of the general public. It's not in the interest of good journalism. You ain't getting me to do nothing wrong. Nothing so. All right? On the other side, there are people who think they have muscle. Not physical muscle, but financial muscle, influential muscle, who will try to still manipulate the whole thing. Right? And they think that because Mikey's a one-man show and it's small, they will do that. And because they cannot have their way, right? Because they cannot have their way, this weekend gone, there was an attempt made by an organization and a people. I can't even call it name because I shame for them, you know. I shame. The reason why I'm not calling it, because I don't like controversy. I don't like controversy, so I'm not going to call name. I'm saying this to say to them that I know what you guys did. I know what you guys attempted to do to this program. Yeah? And how are we going to handle this? Is I am going to go to the hierarchy of the organization and all the supporting organizations to say to them that, listen, this is what we are attempting to do. I do not mean to rub anybody off in any wrong way or so. Yeah? But there are times when you are going to be subject of the news. It's nothing personal. You can't expect me to talk about a poor man and don't expect me to talk about a rich man when the rich man did the same thing as the poor man. It doesn't work that way. Yeah? You cannot expect me to be unfair to certain sectors of the society. You cannot expect me to turn a blind eye to one sector of the society and then point all my guns in the direction of another. It just doesn't work that way. That's not news. That's something else. So I do not mean to rub anybody off in the wrong way, but there are times that you're going to feel that way because you are subject of the news or somebody you know becomes a subject of the news. But to attempt to destroy, listen, people, these people launched a plot, right? They launched a plot to take down this program, right? But it so happened that because of my checks and balances, that nothing, and I will hope that it stays that way, slips through the crack on this program. Nothing slips through the crack. It may seem a little boastful, but because of the checks and balances we put in place for every story that is brought on this program, the plot failed. And I hope that also serves as a lesson to you, the people who are supposed to, who initiated this plot. To show you that once you do the right thing in a manner that it is supposed to be done, then you are going to be protected. There's nothing that can infiltrate your system if you do the right thing. So in the coming days, I will be addressing the issue outside of the general public with the relevant persons and say to them that the next time such an attempt, and I don't even think it's illegal to even do that, what they did. So I'm going to also say to them that if there is another attempt to do something like that, I will be, again, like we said last night, I will be exposing all those who were involved. Why? Because they are trying to find how it is Mikey knows so much things. Where does he get his information from? How does he get it so quickly? Right? So let's mash it up. Let's plot. Let's launch a plot to mash it up. An organization. Members, okay, let me rephrase. Members within that organization. Members within that organization. You understand? Let's find a way to mash it up. But you know what happened? Let me explain to you what happened. There was one time I was in a car with somebody. I was young, very young. Mikey, lean back. Sit properly. But as kids, you know, you're so fascinated with the ride. Every time the person said, lean back, after a while, you forget what you were told and you start leaning forward. So they decided to teach me a lesson, me and my twin brother a lesson. You all don't want to lean back? And they immediately hit a brake. Hit a brake so that we could fall forward and get banged up so that you would see this is why we are telling you to lean back. You know what happened in the process of that? Somebody else got injured. I didn't get injured. My brother didn't get injured. But the person, somebody else who was not meant to be part of this, got injured in the process. So in this entire plot, other people got caught into it, not me. Other people got caught. It affected other people, not me. All right? It affected other people. It's almost like you burn an entire church. That's what it was. You burn an entire church to catch a rabbit. Little cute little rabbit. Just want a carrot. You know, no, but it's a serious, serious matter. And if there's another attempt like that, I swear there will be people who will not be happy with what steps will be taken next, because it will be a serious one, very serious. All right, so I just thought I should share that with you, so that if anything happens, you know that I told you about this before. You would know, at least for the people who are looking now, just remember this date, that I said that there is an organization with members that are attempting to do this program wrong. Right? So if anything happens, you would say on this date, Mikey said that they are trying to set him up. And that's exactly what happened. And again, because of the proper checks and balances that we have for everything that happens on the program, it failed. And for those of you who know that you did that, I'm just saying that if there's another attempt, just as how this attempt was discovered and foiled, it will be discovered, foiled, and there will be another step to that as well. All right? So I just wanted to say that at the end of the program. All right? So people, God guidance to you and your family, and watch your back, because you never know who's coming to get you. God bless you. Have a good night, and we will touch base again next day, that is tomorrow, God's willing. All right? So have a good one. Good night.